Hello everybody and welcome to the new Duel Links Character Collection Challenge one more time. This is episode 7 and the final episode of this series for now. So last time we left off after clearing the entirety of the characters in 5D's world and in DSOD world, which means only one world is left, and that is of course Vrains World. We are now trying to get to stage 6 as fast as we can so that we get access to our new character. Right now we only have one character, and that is Soul Burner, not to be confused with Soul Burner and Flame. And the one character that we are getting at stage 6 is the Gore. So let's get to stage 6 as fast as we can and unlock him. Gore is the only character we can unlock at stage 6 as of now. They may add some more in the future, but I don't think so, because we needed Playmaker for most of the characters that we are getting at stage 10, and Playmaker himself is a stage 10 character. So the characters that they may add in the future should probably be stage 10 characters. Anyways, since Gore is the only character we can get at stage 6, he is just one unlock, and therefore after 5 stage ups we were better off going for the other worlds first in this challenge. One major point of interest for me during this challenge was pointing out the differences between these unlock missions compared now and what they used to be before the September update, because the September update made a few things easier. And unfortunately, when it comes to the Vrains World character unlock missions, none of them has changed one bit. And there are still a few that are quite difficult in my opinion. Anyways, we made it to stage 6 and unlocked the Gore like nothing. Great stuff. Also, when it comes to doing the link summon stuff, there are a lot of missions that say link summon, link summon, link summon. For that I use my Soul Burner character, and he, by leveling up, gives us access to the link monster Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, which, if you have 2 of them, can basically help with a little loop. But if you have 3 Sunlight Wolves from leveling up Soul Burner before, you can just loop all 3 of them basically, or you always have 2 on the field and 1 in the graveyard that goes to the extra deck, and you can do this again as long as you have fire effect monsters to use as materials. So that helps me with the character unlock missions and with the stage missions. The Gore was the only character we could get at stage 6, and therefore we make it to stage 10 as soon as we can now, as fast as we can, to unlock the remaining characters. Those of course are Playmaker and I, if you want to count this, but I always call him Playmaker. Then Blue Angel, Varys, Ghost Girl, Spectre, Soul Burner and Flame as an alternative style, and Akira, who was just added recently. So that is 7 characters in total that we are missing. I mean, you have the counter up there. And yes, I called Soul Burner and Flame as a separate character, despite him being an alternative style for Soul Burner, but simply because he has unlocked missions. And unlike the Yami Yugi, Seto Kaiba and DM Teiya unlock missions for the alternative style, this is not just win 5 duels with a character, but it is a full-fledged character with 5 different missions. And some of them are against duelists at level 30, so not too easy. The first character that we need, of course, once we make it to stage 10, is Playmaker, since Playmaker is used to unlock the other characters. I think the only character that we don't need him for is actually Soul Burner and Flame, the alternative style, because there we have to do stuff with Soul Burner mostly. Anyways, that said, Playmaker shows up at level 10, and that means we can just duel him without using any gate keys, beat him up, and then unlock him. With him it is possible to go for the Blue Angel missions. That of course did not change compared to before. And Blue Angel has a few tough missions, especially for new players that don't have a good card pool, like me on this account. And the one that sucks the most for me usually is the comeback victory against her at level 30, because if you're not careful, she obliterates you. Anyways, with that said, we have Blue Angel, and I am expecting to get Blue Angel alternative styles like Blue Maiden in the future. but that is not the topic for this video because she does not yet exist yet in Duel Links. With that said, we can go to the next character, and that is Vrains. We will need Vrains to unlock Ghost Girl later down the line, so it is a good idea to unlock him. I still remember back in the day it was a period between Mirror Force being a login reward card and before it becoming a lifetimes card, when I had an account and tried to do this. One of the Ghost Girl missions is that Vrains activates the trap card Mirror Force against Ghost Girl, which we couldn't do because we didn't have the card. So we had to resort to a skill, which was quite difficult to pull off, or using the extra card feature, which adds one random card to your opening hand, which could also have been a Pot of Greed or a magic cylinder or what have you, so it was not guaranteed. When I had my account back then and did this, I had to do this like 3 times, and the third time I actually got Mirror Force in my opening hand with this extra card item, so that I could do the mission. But besides that, Ghost Girl's missions were fine for the most part, and so were the missions for Spectre. And if you want to unlock Spectre, you need access to Blue Angel first, but that is not a big deal, and if you are struggling getting the Cybers monster summoned, Playmaker has the link monsters like Decode Talker, which are Cybers monsters, the Sunlight Wolf that I mentioned before is a Cybers monster, the Salamangreat Jaguar as a Cybers monster, and so on. Also, what I usually do is I pump all the experience points that I can give him into Playmaker to level him up and get access to some of his level up Cybers type monsters. So that said, we unlocked Spectre and we just unlocked Soulburn and Flame, the alternative style, as well. Which means only one character is left, and that would be Akira. If you have trouble with the missions for Akira or with his flip effect monsters, you might consider playing Asta's copy of Destiny Hero Plasma, which turns off the effects of his effect monsters on the field, which means we have an easier time with them, probably. But then again, you won't have more than one copy to play, and you might not even see the card in time, when you only have to wait for it to get drawn. I normally don't use Destiny Hero Plasma against him because I think his missions are fine enough, but just a consideration to help you out if you need it. With that said, Akira is unlocked, and that means we got all of them, all of the characters in Vrains World. But am I lying? Maybe not, maybe so. Let's see the character wheel and check things out. So there are no gray characters here, which means we have all of them, and that is good stuff. However, one more test that I would like to make is going for the character unlock tickets and use one. If I can't use it because I already have all the characters available, it is converted into 50 gems, and that means we have all of them. And that means we are done with the Duel Links Character Collection Challenge series that we had going on. Thank you very much for watching.